Here's the exact deck I used to win grant funding over and over. Feel free to use this deck and take screenshots and save this video and share it with a friend who's a founder who's applying for grants. So number one is the executive summary, and one of my investors actually worked with us on our investor summary, and it's basically like your wins. I don't know why in decks before I wasn't saying our wins, different awards, or maybe different things we had accomplished, if we got into an accelerator, so all that goes up there. And then on that executive summary, you also have a little bit about your business, and you can even have like a quote from the founders, for example. Next, on the bottom, we're gonna have a breakdown of our different sales channels. So you can see here, we have like retail, direct to consumer, and also e-commerce, which is like Walmart and Amazon. And then also on there, that's where we have the pricing and the margins for our product. On the next slides, we have two that are the most important. So you might not be both channels, but we are. So top, we're gonna have our retail sales strategy, and you can have this be however you want, right? Like we're on Faire.com. We're also, through distribution. So we have that information up there, and then we split it up into different categories. So Midwest and West Coast, which is what we were focusing on. Also, this is a little bit old. I have updated a tiny bit of this information, but there are some updates on here that were from 2023. So you want to make sure everything is very current. Don't just take an old deck and then send it. Make sure you're always updating it. Next is going to be the online sales strategies. So it was like conversion rate, that's what we want to get up, subscriptions, we want to work on that, and then loyalty. And then we're going into every single thing we're working on and every single thing we're activating for those channels. This is also very high level. I'm not going into too much depth because we don't want too many words on the screen. Like think big bubbles with important information and then just little bits of information about everything you're doing. And then to really excite and entice people, I always put like, this is our vision for the future. And this is of course a very, very short deck, so we can't have too much writing, but me and my co-founder thought it would be smart to put a quote as well as some more information about our industry in general, which is the period care industry. So whatever industry you're in, it's very easy to use chat or Google to do this now. You no longer need to buy data. Put that high level information and don't be like, we're gonna make $1 billion in 3 years selling underwear. Like really think, how much of the market can I capture? Like I know that we can capture 1% of the market. That's huge for $40 billion. So think realistically, but also big picture on that last page. I hope this helps.